It's the book of Psalms, chapter 49, and the point is verse 11, and it reads, Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own names. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, all honor, all glory to call Loyam La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aquat out there listening and learning, Lord, willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. It's Brother Yawasop coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh meaning He is, He exists, or He to be. Ba Hashem, Ba is in, Ha is the, Shem His name. Yahushai meaning He saves or He delivers. True names of the Most High God and His Son, who we ignorant, Salaki, who you, Salaki, slip of the tongue, but not of the heart, who you people ignorantly call God in Jesus Christ, but whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. And you got to think about it. You know, if you are of the uninitiated, you wouldn't know the true names. You wouldn't believe His truth. But if you are of the initiated, you know, that's what that was on. You know, what's his name? I can't think of the fucking guy name. The director. More than likely he a Mason too, because he had those Batmans be shown at a Masonic theater. What's his name? Christopher Nolan. But in that first Dark Knight, no, that was Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that was when Bane broke his back. He said, "We are the initiated." Right, Salaki. He said, "Because I was born in the night." You know, so he could see in the darkness. That's what he was telling me. You know, that's for the elders. Like the elders go into how, you know, like certain movies, the good guy is the Esau portrayed like they the bad guy, but they was the good guy. You know, like Bane. Bane was really the good guy in that movie. You know, because what did he want to do? Just like the League of Shadows, they basically wanted to rid the world of the wickedness. So they was right. They were really the good guy. But Salakia, not to digress, you know, trying to lessen the rants, make this more about Yahweh Shem Yahushai than myself. But you know, I just through the Spirit, this popped up, and I had just had to do a lesson on it. The Spirit compelled me because it says Google Maps to rename Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Now, mind you, Trump said this shit, and one thing about Trump, when he say something, he do it. he ain't pump faking. You ever had that Jake that y'all go through somewhere that might be like ops territory or whatnot? They get the pump. They said the one rapper did that to what's that nigga name? Jim Jones. Uh what's his name? Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. You know, I ain't familiar with all New York rappers. I like certain New York rappers, of course, because hip hop started it, came out of New York. But yeah, you got to pay homage to it. A lot of things is like the mecca of a lot of things come out of New York. You know, so that's spiritual, just like the truth came out of New York. But not to ramble again. But you know, he on pump fake. So this is what's the word to use? This is a big deal because more than likely they about to go to war. Because from what I hear him saying that and talking about trying to take over Panama Canal, pretty much Russia or Putin said he's going to get involved. And the tensions, you know, these two men with, you know, put it like this. Remember when 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather was the best of friends until it came to the point they was the biggest of enemies? Why do you think that was? Because you had two men in power that pretty much with two egos. So Trump and Putin, you know, all that shit, you know, that ain't just theatrics. You know, again, they both trying to wrestle for power in the world. Like it make a lot of sense what the elder brothers was saying about how, you know, it's like as if DJ Trump think he think he done outmaneuvered or you know, supplanted, you know, Klaus Schwab, where he can just pretty much uh, solidify control, you know, and it will take time to think about what he's doing. But it's bigger than all that, you know. Through the Spirit, I was just inspired with the lesson I'm gonna do when I go out on the highways and hedges, um, based on the Spirit just gave it to me. So I think I'm gonna bring this information that I just learned out. You know, there's a lot going on. With that bill, that House Bill 1484. The one brother in California went into these private prisons or these private industries. Because it's not the government that makes so much money off the prisons. It's the private enterprises. And I think Texas got the most prisons, but I think Ohio is second in the nation leading. And you would think it would be California or whatnot, or it might be. I know it's in that order. I thought it was always Texas that was the number one, and then Ohio. But that's kind of unbelievable because of the fact. Look how big California is. You can fit a couple Ohio's in California. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But not to digress again, it says Google Maps to rename Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Google said on Monday that it will change the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America in Google Maps once it is updated in the U.S. Geographic Name System. Google Maps will also change the name of Denali in Alaska to Mount McKinley. So they changing names because these people think that they houses gonna rule forever. Hold on. Let me read a little bit more. We've received a few questions about naming within Google Maps. We have a long-standing practice of applying name changes when they have been updated in official government sources, the company said in the X post. So if the government updates this or government says it, they say they update it. But users in other countries will see both names displayed on the map in line with a long-standing practice, the company said. President Donald Trump ordered the name changes the day of his inauguration last week, making good on his campaign promise. The federal government has since formally implemented the directive to rename both. That's enough right there. Ooh, this devil moving with the with the haste. And that's why you need to really lock into, we gonna need protection and help from on high, and that's why the scriptures talk about that. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19. DJ Trump is really that cruel Lord, This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1, the burden of Egypt, meaning the prophecy. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai rideth upon a swift cloud. That cloud being that chariot, and shall come into Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. The idols, because this place is idolized. I mean, these Babylonians worship and idolize a lot of different things. So these people, these entertainers, these false deities, these spirits that these people, basically all the spirits in Egypt are going to melt from, these Babylonians to, everything that is put on high, Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. But you got these Edomites that thought that DJ Trump was going to bring or make America great again. He's not even going to make it great again for his fellow Edomites because he's about to put them in bondage and slavery. And good for them. Now you get to see how it feel, And that's what's really going to make the Egyptian fight against Egyptian, because once they realize, oh, damn, they've been swindled. Oh, damn, they done been had. Oh, damn, they've been, what's the word? Damn, swindled, bamboozled, They gonna go apeshit crazy. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. What you see in all manner of sorcery go on right now. I was listening to the one particular elder. He was going into that. He was talking about how you could clearly see that the rituals is constantly being thrown up. The last one I can recall is the one with the Joe Biden pretty much being made a member of the Prince Hall Masonic group, which, Prince Hall is the black chapter of the Masons. Now, Master Mason is like the third degree. That's what they say George Washington was. I don't know how true that is. And now, these devils got a lot. It's layers of lies. And that's probably why it took so long for them to start being exposed. It's a lot of lies. Because a lot, again, it's truth with lies and all kind of shit, But I do know this is a Masonic thing or a ritual, because like that movie Rosewood shows you how black Masons and white or like how Jake Masons and Edomite Masons have always worked together. That's why you've had like what's that guy named that Benjamin Banneker that basically designed Washington D.C. He the one that actually put all that sacred geometry in Washington D.C. Because I forgot the guy that's supposed to originally designed it. Then they went to him and he was able to do it. But they'll never tell you that it was a Jake that did it. That's how much they think of Jake. And that's why, like I said again, when you go into like that whole rituals mockery, on top of the fact, that's another reason why I think, you know, Trump gonna be the last president. But it's also showing you it's the Masonic chessboard, black and white. You know, you had this Edomite amongst all these Jakes. But the Lord about to come destroy this shit, you know. It was something I was going to say, and the Lord took it away, so there's no point of finishing it. There's something about Freemasonry, I forget. Verse 4, the point, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts. Yahweh meaning he is, he exists, or he to be. Ba'ashem, Ba'az in Hazda, Shem his name. Yahushai meaning he saves, or he deliverer. True names of the Most High God and the Son, who these people ignorantly call God and Jesus Christ, but whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, it was something I was going to say too, but, you know, we need to stay focused on the scriptures, you know, so it's okay. You know, I was imagining, because I was hearing brothers say certain things, but, you know, like how the elders say, or anybody say, like when you got, you know, but at the same time, it's off to edification. This is, you know, we must just decrease so Yahushua can increase. And he don't even need us to do that, because he's increasing in the earth. If you got the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you know, call Loyim La Yahushua. Let's go, you know. You know, these things supposed to excite you. This is supposed to be exciting times, you know. And it really is. You know, yeah, you're going to be a little fearful. But the thing is this. They say true courage is not measured. True courage is measured to say you have no fear is not true courage, because everyone can experience fear. True courage is pretty much to be fearful but still do what needs to be done. So it says, well, basically that cruel Lord more than likely is DJ Trump. And I say it's Trump, speaking as a man, but, you know, at the end, they got to be this guy. You know what I mean? He gets off on doing shit, you know. You know what I mean? Like, more than likely he's Nero. And then I remember the elder saying he could have been Julius Caesar too. I remember, like I said, when he first got in the office, his last term, they put a play up, and where they had Julius, they did a play of Julius Caesar, but it was in the fashion of Trump. Caesar looked like Trump. So for the elder to just start saying that, and I had forgot about it, but it came back to my remembrance when the elder spoke on it. I was like, damn, that is deep. So I wouldn't be surprised. And then, like I say, with the things that he bringing into play, and then you got to think about it. For you to just try to take a landmass and do that, you know, like he doing boss moves or some shit. Like, so just imagine the cruelty he's about to bring to the earth in order to do this. You know, I heard some shit about that House Bill 14884. You know, everybody just seeing the surface of, oh yeah, you're gonna get $1,000 to tell, but you know how many directions that could go into? Because say for instance, they get all, you know, the so-called migrants up out of here. Now who do you deem the threat? A man on the corner preaching the truth? Once you try to label it misinformation? Oh, there's so many avenues the Lord could go with this shit. Call Loyim like, how about Shimei Shai? Because when we see these things take place, then we know that our Lord and Savior, or the end is nigh. Salakia. So that's why we need protection. We need protection on high. We need salvation and deliverance. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. I'm going to reread in the NLT. Arise, O Lord, stand against them. Who? The red Hebrew Edomites. Because those are the ones you given or put in the position of power. You know, scriptures tell you that the Lord, giveth the earth to whom he will, you know. I know it's in Daniel. I don't feel like getting. I know I kind of butchered it. And it then tells you in the book of Job 9 and verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. We know who the wicked are because of the book of Malachi chapter 1. I think it's in Daniel, it says, the, the earth, the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of man, and he give it to whomever he will. That's more on point. So yeah, we gonna need protection on high. It says, "Arise, O Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, stand against them and bring them to their knees. Rescue me from the wicked with your sword." No, see, that's why sometimes it's just better to read it in the KJV. Sometimes it be on point in another version, but you know how like certain things don't. I mean, ain't nothing gonna have the power it's supposed to have unless it's in the Hebrew. But it's certain scriptures that just don't retain that power unless you read them in the KJV. That's one of them. Then some you got that sound, they get straight to the point or they make a lot more sense. And I think Esau be doing that on purpose. Because you could clearly see this in the Old English. It says, "Which is your sword." Rescue me from the wicked. Well, see, it's okay. I see why they did that. But then we already know who the wicked is, you know. And then we also understand that the Lord controls both sides. He controls, Romans, Salakia. Romans, what's that, 13 tells you who's his sword, you know. It tells you to obey those that the Lord put in rule and all that, you know. So, but let Esau Edom play like vocab. Let him play dumb. And they gonna stop you from having to suffer your fucking judgment, fucking devil. And I don't care what nobody say. I met the demon. That's a fucking Edomite. That's a demon. May the Lord, I know everybody claimed him. Just let me borrow his ass for, a few moons. I bet you I'll break him. I'm going to end it with this. This is the book of Job, chapter 20. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 5, and it says, I'm going to start in verse 4. Job 20 and 4, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?" Verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because at the end of the day, the Lord is going to allow this devil to go ahead and bring us to fruition, because it's the will of the Lord ultimately to test the earth. The brother was doing a video, even if with these things that the Lord has set up, if, some of the believers get caught up in it, it's ultimately for a trying of your faith. And if you are the elect, you're going to overcome it, But the thing is, what gives you a good chance, and the things like the elder brother said, he says, look at our people, look what's going on. You got Jake laughing at him, and ultimately that's the Lord, but those are still our brothers. What happens to the compassion? We such a compassionate people. And the fucked up part about when you laugh or mock people is, be careful at your latter end. Because like the elder brothers was already saying, like, Judah always get it worse. The southern kingdom always get it worse. When you take the time to think about the tribes of Levi, like, think about what the Haitians, man, like, so you know what I mean? I rarely laugh. And, I've laughed at certain things, but I've never laughed at this, the Northern Kingdom, because my mother got a lot of Native American Indian in her. My mother is Sioux. You got a lot of Sioux Indians in Baltimore. So, I never, and it was a tradition when all of us was born, she would take us up to there to visit my grandmother. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we at the time of Jacob's trouble. Verse, Job 20 and verse 12, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is the gall of asp within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to its substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, which is Israel, the southern and northern kingdom, because he have finally taken away an house which he buildeth not. What's that, Micah chapter 2? Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And when you continue to read, you'll find out, it goes into the ICBM. Well, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon. What's the iron weapon? The ICBMs. So ultimately, this Lord got this devil in a trick bag. But he gonna give him one last hoorah, one last swing, one last sucker punch. One last strike of the whip, and then that's your ass, fucking devil. So take comfort in that, Jacob. Take comfort in that, Israel. Our punishment is almost at an end. So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Samoan, Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the land. I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of your power, whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives, freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua that they're listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, to whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time, Lord, willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasharallah. Mawath Lababal.